Hello my friends, how are you doing? I hope you all are doing okay. Today I'm going to tell you about the last release of the COT data, what are my considerations, what I have in mind, and one trade that I'm taking, and I'm going to also open for your questions. So let's do it. Let's start. So the first one I am separated for you. It's AUD/USD. AUD/USD is coming from some weeks of nothing happening, absolutely nothing happening with AUD/USD, and we saw this behavior of the big speculators creating this huge short position that took almost more than 1 year. I think it was 13 months. Let me just check. Yes, 162 weeks to build the position, and they closed the position in about only 6 weeks. So this is one may argue that this is not a bullish pattern, but at least I think they are behaving right now as if the prices are not going down anymore. And so this happened at a very interesting point. If you check here, we have AUD/USD going. This chart is weekly, okay? So we have here again AUD exactly at this previous supply zone that we can see here. This is from the end of the year. The end of the year, last year. Okay, so about 6 months, and here we are again at the same level, and with and now with big specs with zero, practically zero net positions. So this makes me think a lot of things, and right now we are at a decision point, and this can make trading easy for us, and I'm going to explain you why. Think with me. When we see, for example, when we see big specs right here, for example, at these levels with this a lot of short positions, and near levels where they took profit before, it's become easy for us to understand that right here we are seeing the trend changing, okay? Because as we discussed in the past, even big banks, big funds, they have limited amount of money, and one time or another they have to take profits, okay? So in this case, why I think this is also easy trade for us? Because see, they were holding a short position for a long time, and the short position was not changing over the time, and suddenly, boom, they closed the positions. Okay, see, they were very comfortable with their position, and suddenly, boom, they closed the positions. So, and this came exactly in price. You can see this. See, this was very fast. Check these short positions that these guys were building. We are talking about 1 year. So we are talking something like here. Okay. So they are building, they are edging to shorts since here, and this chart is weekly. So check, since here they are edging to shorts, and then suddenly they close the positions, at the exactly same level they start edging. So why I think this is easy? Because we just need to pay attention to what is happening. First thing, we are seeing right now Australia economic indicators and economic data for Australia doing very good. See, this is start of May when it starts to trend up and is something about here. See, so at this level, the economy of Australia already started to show that was doing pretty nice. And as we know, economic indicators, they are always lag indicators. So unemployment and interest rate, participation rates, everything is something that we are looking to the past. So we are seeing how did it perform last month, last quarter, and so on. So at this moment, it was clear to the market that Australia was doing good, and after that we saw 12 weeks of prices going up about 500 pips. And right now we are right here with Australia with very good economic fundamental score, and we also have United States at with a very good economic levels too. As you can see here, they trend up together, but we just saw that we have no positions right here, so they are neutral. Big speculators are neutral. So what should we expect right now? Simple, my friends. We have these decision points. So if we see price taking this level, doing something like this and going up, and at the same time, please don't be fooled, okay? To just trust charts and don't look at the data. So if you see this happening, and together you see big specs adding to longs, see, adding to longs, and with more positive data coming from Australia, this is the trade to take. Okay, I can see we are going up to, let's see where it is. Let's see. Yes, this level right here. So we are talking about an extra 1000 pips. Okay, so let's pay. We have not triggered yet, have no trigger, but this is one trade to pay attention. I will set an alert here, and I will also set an alert here, because if I see the price taking this zone right here and bad data coming from Australia, I'm going to become bearish on USD. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Let's see Euro USD. Okay, so here it is. Euro USD have something interesting, because as you can see right here, we have some longs were covered this last week. Okay, so they closed their long positions, and check how interesting this is. Let's see. For example, right now we are at this level right here. Can you see? And if you look to the past, this is a similar level where they took profits. Okay, this is a similar level, if we look for Trump era, that's the place where they took profit. So right now, I think we can expect downside for Euro USD. Okay, so and this is happening exactly. Look, this chart is weekly. Check week, a lot of weeks happening, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. So this is clear for me that we are seeing a lot of sellers right here. Okay, so check, they both this blue line. This blue line is the commercials net position. This blue line is the commercial net position. So as you can see, they add to long a lot, and then suddenly at this level, this price level here, this position level, they started to close their longs, and this is happening at this beautiful supply zone right here. Okay, and as you can see, they started to close it. So they added for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13, 14, 15 weeks, and now they closed a huge chunk of long. So I think we should see this move, this kind of move right here, like this. Okay, some kind of move like this. Okay, and if you will remember, I discussed in the previous weekly report how let me see, what's the expected volatility for Euro USD for the month of July. So Euro USD for the month of July. So the expected close is exactly 1.12502, and the bottom band or the expected low is 1.10, and the expected high is 1.14, and the historical range, from low to high, 400 pips. So let's bring this to our reality. So what we are seeing right now is price founding at this huge supply zone right here, and we are talking about 400. It's 400. It's, yes, 500 pips should be easy. So let's take from here. So we are talking about right here 1.08. 1.08. So I think we can see this level. We can easily see this level at the end of July. Let me check one other thing. Where it is? Let's see. Euro USD is still bullish, using the patterns for the net positions. So it's possible, according to this, that we can see a little more upside until August. Yes, but this high right here needs to get taken. And right now, looking at what big specs are doing with their positions, right here, closing these positions with this speed. Let me maximize this again. Okay, at exactly this level. And I talk about Trump era because you have to agree with me that every time a new president took the house, it's a different approach to the economy. So it's I don't like to say it's impossible, but it's hard to compare what was happening with the USA economy before Trump. Okay, we can compare Trump with Obama, we can compare Obama with Bush, and so on. Got my point? So since Trump became president, what we saw was this kind of patterns. Every time we reach these levels, we see big specs taking profit, and it's happening right now. So let's pay attention to this. I'm not saying for you, take the position right now and go short, go crazy. No, that's not what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you that we have the clues that is telling us that the Euro USD can go down. Of course, if you are trading the intraday, if you want to place your orders right here, to do small day trades, why not? I think it's a great approach, and in this scenario of coronavirus that we are living, this reach and run strategy is proven to be the best, because for, let's say, we are talking 1, 2, 3, 6 weeks, we have seen no trends in the FX markets. So yeah, my friends, if you see the price coming up here at this price level, where we are talking 1.13, let me draw this line here where you can see 1.13. Can you see? Okay, so if we got to this price level, I think this is an interesting short. But I think if we see this price level get taken, we are free to go right here. Okay, that's my point with Euro USD. I have something else that just crossed my mind. I can't remember. Just to show for you how. See, this is for Eurozone and United States, and you can see for about 6 weeks, the two are trending together to the upside. So this is one reason why price can break out. Okay. So remember one thing, that you still have to pay to hold a EURUSD long position. So it's better to have a short position because you get paid. You may say, but for me this is relevant because I have a small account. But my friend, don't get wrong what I'm saying, but we as retailer, we are almost insignificant in these markets. So imagine that you have a huge portfolio, or if you are a swap dealer, or if you are a big fund trading, so it's better to have to get paid to hold the position than to pay. Okay, so let's move to the other one. The other one is GBP USD. This one I have to say is giving goosebumps and a lot of good traders, but there is one thing that maybe not all of them is paying attention. And check this right here. See, we can see that big specs, they were oops, I hate when this happens. Big specs, they were edging. Check this date, 2 of June. Okay, so let's go to the chart right here. GBP USD, 2 of June. 2 of June is right here. Okay, so is exactly at this price level. What happened at this price level? These guys that we call the big specs, and now you can see why at this, friends, check this. I think this is beautiful, because people think trading is for fun, is for freedom, but trading is a job. And check what these guys did. They had a massive short position at exactly 2 of June, the top of the short position, exactly right here, and then price starts to trend down, almost 400 pips. Almost, sorry, not almost, more than 400 pips, almost 500 pips. This is something, this is someone that knows what he's doing. That's a professional trader that know what he's doing. He's not worried about the moving average or something like that. He knows what he's doing. He did that was a beautiful trade. And now one thing that we must pay attention. Check this, where it is. Okay, can you see what they did right here? What they did? They added 2 shorts again. They added 2 shorts again. So the last week they add 2 shorts again. So what looks to me that they are building again a short position. Okay, so I don't find hard to see price coming here. Okay, as they build their shorts. So they will place limit orders until they get here. Okay, until price get here, and after this I think we are going to see this happening again. Okay, let's see how the chart levels are for let's see how this chart levels. Let's go to the Trump era again, 3 years. Okay, so we are talking 2000, yes, right here. So yes, friends, check this. Okay, so it's here. Okay, so we have seen extremes, more extremes last time. Okay, but this price level here become like a resistance. This net position level become a resistance. And why this is important for you to have in mind? Because as I told you, these guys, funds and banks, they have a limited amount of money. And sometimes they get stopped, they lose money, and their buying power or selling power can diminish, can become, they have less power to buy or to sell because they lost money trading. So this exaggeration right here can for sure be one of those moments where these guys lost money and right now they are trading with less capital. Okay, and we already see the prices returning from these levels, sorry, net positions returning from these levels. I'm not saying for you right now, oh, go short GBP USD, but for sure I will pay attention to this first level right here. If I see the price coming here, if I see price coming here without a huge increase in longs, okay, for example, if they do not for example next week we see an increase in short position, we see price going up. This is an indicative that they are doing exactly what they did right here. Okay, and we can see another push down. Okay, so if we take this to a lower time frame, let me see, yes, 12 hours, a lower time frame, we are sitting exactly at a supply zone that was created about 2 weeks ago. Okay, and you can see here we already had a week here. Okay, Let's see when this exactly this 23 of June. What happened on 23 of June? 23 of June. Yes. See, this was the place that they started. Yes, they closed, and they started adding again. Exactly at this level, they started adding shorts again. Okay, it was just a small. They just add I think 2,000 contracts, but they completely break the pattern that was closing the shorts. And we are exactly at this level. So if we saw, for example, I'm going to set an alert here. If we saw tomorrow price making this kind of movement, taking this low right here, okay, I think we are free to take a trade here. Take a trade here, especially if we see like something like this. Okay, we can take our trade here and set our stop loss above the high that will form when we saw this making the zigzag. Okay, let's move to the other one. NZD USD. NZD USD is a similar scenario with AUD USD, but in this case they already changed their net position to bullish, but this is insignificant. Okay, this is not a huge increase, and let's just take a look at the charts and see what's happening. Let me see. Okay, let's draw this level right here where they took the profit before. And yes, this is as you can see now, we just have a small difference from AUD USD that with AUD USD, what we saw was they built a short position for a long time, and this is not the case. As you can see here, they started building shorts from the start of this year. Okay, now they are neutral again, and this is happening at a very interesting point. As you can see here, we have this zone right here that behaved like support right here and right here. Okay, and again and at this zone, and now we are here again. So why do I think that this is also an easy trade? It's the same reasons for what I said about AUD USD, because as the big specs do not have a position, or they do not have a bias, so they are waiting to get a bias, to have a bias. So it's like if you are to run a race and you are at the starting point, but you don't know for what side you have to run, to the left or to the right, and you just have to wait. Let's just wait to see what will happen next weeks. For example, if we are going to see a huge increase in these positions, in these net positions, if we are seeing a huge increase in these net positions, and if this happen at the same time that we see these price levels get taken, okay, this price level here, and I bet if this happen, I have no doubt that we are going to see New Zealand economy right now. Can you see New Zealand economy fundamental scores are not the best. So if we see the next weeks good data coming out from New Zealand and if we see this zone get taken, I bet that we are going to see something like this. Okay, so we can wait to enter right here. Right now, I think we must have patience with most of what is happening in the markets, because there's a joke here in Brazil that we say something, go to the doctor and ask it, do you know when coronavirus pandemic will end? And the doctor replied to the patient, I don't know, I don't understand about politics. And it's hard to say what is really happening, because every time that looks like things are improving, another political issue happen and looks like things get worse again. So my point with this is just we must have patience, and if you don't take this opportunity, another one will take. But I think we are at a decision point, so don't have fear of missing out an opportunity. And NZD, AUD USD, I think is about to give another big rally. Okay, I don't know for each side. I think, looking to the data and looking what's happening, I think we are going to see more trend up, more move up. I think what's is going to happen. But I am the master only of myself, and we have to wait to see what the markets will decide to do. Okay, friends? So let's move to other one. USD CAD. There is absolutely nothing to comment, and I will tell you why. Check this. Okay, so we have absolutely no change from week to another. Okay, so this week someone can argue that we are seeing from last weeks these guys taking profits right here. Okay, taking profits to this charge package is pretty new. I installed it yesterday, so I'm not very familiar yet, sorry. So right here, so someone can argue that these guys, they are closing their positions, their longs, but they are not doing as fast as we want, and this is no extreme point. There is nothing that I can say for sure that we must take a position for each side. And most of the time what I do, first I check the code data, so for just after that to check the charts. Okay, but if you want to extrapolate the idea and yet get analysis, the only thing that I can tell you that this is a pivotal point. Okay, sorry, but I don't feel very comfortable with the USD CAD, not even to make a comment. Okay, so let's move to the next. Let's talk about USD CHF. USD CHF, we saw some shorts getting added. Okay, it's not a lot. Okay. But this it's not a lot, okay, and I think I made a wrong evaluation. It's not a lot. That's not too much. There's not a lot to comment right here. Yes, nothing that we can use to take a position, to build something. Let's take a look on USD GPI. Okay, see if we find something useful here. So here we go, USD GPI. Okay, USD GPI still have we saw from the last week's shorts getting added and closed, but really nothing that we can use to take a see. Can you see here? There is really nothing that we can use. We must trade extremes. Okay, when specs have a lot of shorts or a lot of longs, or they are changing their bias, but right here there is nothing for us. If you have not read the FX weekly report this week, please do it, because I made a comment on GBP out and why I think we have a very, very, very interesting trade developing, and I'm going to tell you now too why I am confident about this. And I will also take the opportunity to show you one book that I have here. GBP out, where are you? GBP out, GBP out. Okay. Okay, so what was the signal that we have for GBP out, and why I think this is interesting? If we don't see any kind of extreme right here, I tell you why. Can you see this? Let me maximize this so I can comment. Just 1 minute, I need to take some water. Okay. There is this book right here. I'm getting nothing to show you this, but this is an amazing book and an excellent book about growth data, and I think it's in page 75 that we talk about the movement index. Okay, what is the movement index? First thing, let's discuss what is the COT index. If you are familiar with mathematics or statistics, you know what normalization is. Well, basically, let's say that you have a bunch of data that ranges from minus 1,000 and go to plus 5,000 and then go to minus 500 and so on. So you want to normalize this, so this data fits between minus 100 to plus 100. Okay, so this is normalization. So basically, this is what the COT index is doing. COT index is normalizing this COT index is on top of commercial position. This COT index is normalizing is normalizing the commercial net positions. Okay, and the movement index is the rate of change of the movement index. So why this is interesting? I'm going to tell you, because the commercials group, these guys, they most of the time they trade against of the trends, not to say all the time, because as I discussed previous, let's say that you own a jewelry and you buy gold. You need to buy gold to make your products, okay? And suddenly you see the price of gold starting to going down. What are you going to do? If you need to buy gold, you buy gold, and if it drop more, what you do? You buy more, and so on. Now imagine that you are a farmer and you produce soybeans, and you have a bunch of soybeans on your farms, and you are ready to sell it, and then you start to see the price of soybeans going up. What you do? You sell, and then the price go up again. What you do? You sell again, and you keep selling until that it reached a price where you say, oh my god, I don't think the price will go more further, and this is much more profit that I was imagining to do. So you go there and you sell everything that you have. So in that moment, what we are seeing is that it's the perfect moment for a trend change, because usually trend change when when commercials have the climax of their buying, for example. So let's imagine the farmer again. So the farmer sell everything that he has in his barn, and now he take all that profit, and is exactly at that moment where the big specs will start to close their loans, okay? Because the price was going up, big specs were buying, while the commercials were shorting, okay? And why I say that at that point was the climax? Because imagine one farmer, two farmers, 10 farmers, the size of their farms will not change, will remain the same. Now imagine that all the years they plant soybeans and they use the same technology, and if you don't have any external event like a plague or something like that, the amount that of their productions will remain the same. So it's not hard to know how what is their buying power or selling power, okay? So when we see, for example, inside let me open the chart of GBP algae, so you can understand what I'm saying. So when you have a downtrend, like we are seeing right here, okay, and suddenly we start to see a pullback. Let me see if I can take this for, okay. So we were seeing the markets going down, and suddenly we see markets starting to consolidate. So this is that level where the commercials may think that this is a great price to buy, but then we see this kind of thing happen. Now we are going to look at the other side. So we see a huge change in the last 6 weeks, a huge change in the net positions of the big speculators. And this is what I'm talking right here. Let me give more zoom. Okay, so these green bars right here, so we had this massive move going up, and suddenly, boom, boom. So this kind of move inside this, for example, this, for to be a downtrend resumption, this must happen inside the downtrend, okay? If we see this kind of move, this kind of change in the, sorry friends, this sometimes can be hard to grasp, because one may argue, but they are buying. How this can go down? Because as I explained, these things go down. These guys, they buy when the markets go down. Okay? So when we saw this change in COT index, that is the normalization of their net positions happening inside the downtrend, is something that we call the movement index. And I'm going to read for you what I have here. Okay? So during a reaction in a prevailing downtrend of a minus 40 point movement in the COT index within a 6-week period frequently marks the end of a price reaction and the resumption of the established downtrend. Okay, so what we should expect right now? So if, according to this theory, what we must see right now is price and doing this again. Okay, but there is one caveat right here, and this was something that I commented here in the weekly report. No, it's not this one. Let me see where it is. Weekly report. Yes, right here. See, the failure of the downtrend resumption signal to restart the prevailing downtrend is a tip-off to a major trend change. So again, we are seeing is incredible So we are seeing again an incredible opportunity to know what is going to happen. So if we saw this low right here get taken, we are free to go down here. But if we see this high right here get taken, I think we are going to trend up again. Okay, and why I posted this channel, I talked about this channel, because if we look in the past, when this signal was triggered, we had very good results. For example, 1st of March of 2016. So here we go, 1st of March. 1st of March. Yes. So we saw right here 1,000 pips. Is this good for you? 1,000 pips is good for you? So the signal was triggered here, and the price 1,000 pips. Not just to say that this one is a very similar scenario to what we are seeing right now, what we are living right now. For example, imagine that we are right here. We don't know what's going to happen to the right side. Does this looks like what we are living right now? Price is coming from a major downtrend of 2,500 pips, and then boom, we get a downtrend resumption signal. And what's happened next? We saw price going down extra 1,000 pips. And what happened? This is February. This signal was first triggered on 9 of February. 9 of February. So the first time the signal triggered was right here. Okay, right here. Okay, right here. And if you look right here, this is even more. This is, friends, check this. I'm going to put the daily. Can you say that this is a similar scenario that with what we have right now? Check this. So I think we are about to see more downside. And if we take a look on the previous signal on 2013, February 5, 2013. Right here. So what we saw, first almost 100 pips to the upside, and then 800, 900 pips to the downside. Okay, so I'm taking the position right now. Of course not. We have to wait this market structure that is forming right here to break. We have to see this. If we see this, we can go very confident to take this trade. Okay, so that's it, my friends. If you are not subscribed yet to my channel, do you know what to do? There is that small subscribe button. Please leave your like and subscribe. Share this video with more people, and let's make this thing to grow. If you subscribe, every time that I post a trading idea or have another tool or something to share with you, you will get notified. But you already know this, and I am adding each day more tools to the dashboard. This is one thing that I discussed with all you in the past, that I was going to code this, a similar tool like Icon. See how much the number of reports that we have right now. So, and the fundamental score that I just added this week, this is something really interesting, because this you can't find in any other place. And that's it, my friends. I don't want to take more of your time, and so thank you for watching to here.